This is Try ASMR. Hi. This will be my Q&A video that I've really been looking forward to do. Took your questions and made them to PDF and put them on my e-reader. Yeah. I'm celebrating that I have over 900 followers. Which are really great. And really fun. So this is my celebration video. Okay. And the questions, I've read them, but just fast, because I don't want to be too prepared. I have thought about some of them, but I'm trying to make this more spontaneous. I hope that is good. I also have your YouTube names in the comment, and I hope that's okay. If some of you no, I don't want that, I can maybe try to remove your part, because you can edit video in YouTube now. So tell me if that's really important. I thought that it wouldn't matter because people can read your comments. They are open to everybody. But if you don't like it, please tell me. I thought it would be nice to give you some credit. And the person that have ASMR account, I'm making videos, ASMRtists. I will try to, or I will put your account up in that corner, the eye. So I will do that. Oops. And this is my first video with a new setup. You won't notice that much, but I got much more space for my arms to move. That's really, really, really great. And I won't do this often. You hear? Like now, it sounds like that. Before, I had two things with springs and things like. Now, much better. So, I will start answering your questions and try to do that at a great way, I hope. It's not much more set up like this. I first thought about a lot of things, but I'm waiting. And I'm really happy to have over 900 subscribers. Every one of you that are watching, you're the best. You're so great. You know that? You're so great. Okay. You see, so it's recording, okay? Because it would be sad if it didn't. So I use my Sony e-reader because it's easier and better for the environment than printing on paper. Okay, first. So this is the first one. And sorry to all of you. you know, when you're listening to me, my English isn't, it's okay. I'm not saying that it's bad. But my pronunciation, and it's part of this thing, isn't that good. And names are really hard sometimes, even if they are in my language. So, Makina, if that's wrong, don't be angry. Tell me in the comments below. And I maybe see your name again in the way you want it to. Makina Delafield. Tell me if that's wrong. So, Makina wrote, let's see. What is your favorite genre of music? Oh, and what's your favorite food? And how about, have you ever been to America? And where? So we start with this one. And I can make, and I will probably, I will already make it, like long video about this. But my favorite music genre, I don't know if I say that right either, but favorite music genre are like every kind. Like I like so much music, so it's hard to say. Some days I listen a lot to punk rock, new wave, mostly British. Sorry to all my American followers, but I also like some of the American. Before I really liked Ramones and things like that, bands like that, but I'm not that into it anymore. But I really like new wave, like Television, and punk rock, like if it's American, like Dead Kennedys, and bands like that I think are great. So that kind of music I like. The British bands are a lot, like many. I also like, I can listen to hip hop, but it's more like old school hip hop than new. I listen to some new. My favorite band here are, sorry I'm holding this, but it goes right. My favorite band in old school hip hop or older is a Tribe Called Quest. I really like them. And that kind of music. I'm really into synth and electro. I've played some electro bands and really like that kind of music. So I like this. I began to really like this 80s synth music, 80s like early, and bands like the Human League, Orchestral, what is the name now? I forgot the name. Okay, a moment in the dark. Oh, yeah, but it's a great name. Made a song like Enola Gay and Electricity and all that. I also like electronic music like Justice and Daft Punk and Miss Kitty, and I liked before, and Metallic and bands like that. But I like it a lot. I like guitar music and rock, and I mean The Who is one of my favorite band. Lou Reed, Velvet Underground, his band, David Bowie. I like a lot. That's just what I can say. So, favorite music, that is it. Favorite food, it's really hard. I like a lot of food. A lot of food too. Something that's always working is like spaghetti and what do you call it Swedish köttfärssås, like minced meat, but I often eat it like vegetarian. I'm not a vegetarian, but I think the vegetarian alternatives are so good that I don't need the meat there. So that I like. All those classic like hamburgers and pizza and things like that. Sushi I really like. Good sushi is really great. And some of those Swedish old classics like meatloaf, Swedish meatloaf and things like that. At work we have really good food, and at our school it's a lot of like vegetarian and vegan food because a lot of people are there, so I get a lot of that. One place I worked was a Somalian restaurant, and I really liked that food too. The rice was super. So there's a lot of food I like. So sorry, I don't have a favorite in the music. A lot of them. Also like classical music. And I'm not favorite in food. Variation is the best. And what about? Have you ever been to America, and where? No, sorry to say that. I've never been to America. I really would like to go to America. Both north and south. I would like. So yeah. I'm a bit afraid to go to parts of the South America, but I maybe shouldn't be. There's people that are afraid to go to Sweden. Think this is the worst place because of the media. It's not. It's really safe in Sweden, I promise. So I have a dream to go to New York because I like that kind of punk music and things like that. I have like a picture of it, but it's like not the right thing. Like, yeah. But a lot of places I would like to visit. Yeah. Everywhere. Okay. Next one. Thank you so much, Makina Delaville. Sorry, pronunciation. Here's a ASMRtist called Internet of Taste ASMR. Internet of Taste asks, what kind of ASMR videos do you watch, and who is your favorite ASMR artist? And I'm sorry, I will answer like music and also food. I have a lot. I know that there will come some questions about how I started and what I watched the first. I will talk about that later, I think. But I like a lot of ASMR artists, and I think I will do a separate video later where I do some shout outs and things like that, because there are a lot of really great, because it's a really big community. It's a lot of people making videos, and there are a lot of really great, really small artists that I think should be recognized even more, get much more watch time. So I want also this one right now, but I have like the big ones, like nearly all of them I really like. But what kind of ASMR videos? I'm not that into eating sounds. That's something that I have problem with. Like, not everyone don't have that much problem with candy versions and things like that, but that's not mine. But I like the most things. One thing I often come back to is ear cupping. It's something when I this earphones or headphones isn't the best, but when my headphones I use are the best, like they're really good, and the ear cupping is really good recorded. It really feels like someone has put their hands on your ears. It's a crazy feeling that really make me tingle all over the head and neck. But the thing is that I lose my tingles really fast, so I really have to seek up new ASMRtists and triggers all the time. So this is changing all the time, and I think it's fun to find new ones. So that's how it works. So it's really sad to say that it changes all the time, so I can't answer completely. I didn't know, but some years ago I found out I liked hand movements. Then there was a guy that did like this, and I just started to tingle because I don't know why. So this one I like. I wasn't prepared for it. Just like taking a rubber band. So sometimes I do that in my videos a little bit. So that I like. And for me, there's two kind of tingles. Maybe more. I have one that are this classic ASMR tingle, and that's the one where you feel the back end of head, and so when someone like or explaining something or so, and that one it can be lo-fi, as I want to wear this time, but really lo-fi. It doesn't need binaural sound like this. No. That one's it's just great with any sound at all, and that the person is good at it. It makes it great, and that's a person maybe ask questions in the right way, or explain things in a way that I really like. Doesn't care about if it's a man or a girl or something like that. It should just be the right way. And then you tingle in my head, like at the neck, but not much down the spine. But then when it's binaural, people are like this, really near, really like this. The tingles are really down my whole spine and my shoulders. And this one is a bit different than the ones where I listen to someone tell me something. It's a big difference. I don't think it's the same thing. So that's that. So this one I wait with, because I make a video about that, and I will talk about my early ones that I still can go and listen to later. Hi, quiet noise. You're not too late. It's okay. This is quiet noise. We have been chatting a bit the last, I think it's 2 years maybe. Can it be like that? Yeah, it can be 2 years, maybe more. I've been away a lot from the ASMR community, so it's been a long time since. But this is really great ASMRtist, and to you quite nice. You should make more with it soon. I really, really want it. Like, you're great. So watch quite nice. So the first question. Am I too late? No, you wasn't. I haven't answered yet, but I'll answer in the video. What do you think your spirit animal is? Hope you're good, friend. So this one first. Yeah, I'm good. I hope you're good too, friend. Your spirit animal is. Whoops. So, I've never thought about what my spirit animal is. How do you get to know what your spirit animal is? Before I answer, tell me in the comments below, what do you think? I don't know. What am I? What kind of animal? I should have read it much. Oh, I should have thought about this much earlier. What kind of animal is Anna? I don't know. Maybe because I talked about llamas. Maybe llama, but I don't like to spit on film. Spit like. I don't know. Great question. I have to think about it. If I forget it, I will come back later, but if I forget it, tell me in the comments below. And quite nice. Please yell at me, because I deserve that. I can maybe do like that. Doesn't that work here? Or is it there? I should. I think I have to turn it around. Let's do that. No, not that way. Look at the camera. This video will be really long, I guess. We have to have it this way, because then I can make a little bookmark there. So I can see that I missed it. I'll come back to that. I will think a bit more when I'm doing the rest of the questions. And this is Mal Hultgren. Please, Mal, tell me if I pronounce your name wrong. Even if you're Swedish, and the questions are in Swedish, I will translate and I will answer in English. So the question is, favorite ASMR artist and trigger. But in Swedish, favorit, so favorite, same. A favorit ASMR artist triggers. I have answered that, so I go to the next questions. Okay. Favorite game. Favoritspel. So in Swedish, I told you before, but we write the words together. So it's one word. not favorite game, it's favoritspel. Favoritspel. Oh, what is my... I think it's Life is Strange. I really like that kind of what do you call it? Adventure games. And I thought that was really, really great. But dark and sad. I was crying a lot. But I'm really like a person that cries to films and games. I like a lot of Nintendo games, old school, and adventure games at all. Like Broken Sword 1 is one of my favorites. Dave Tentacle, LucasArts game, is Minion Mansion 2, like Dave Tentacle. That's one of my favorite. I think it's really, really funny. And I like games like Rockstar's games, like Red Dead Redemption, and yeah, I really liked Uncharted. That I have a lot of. It's like everything I answered. Like I liked some indie much smaller. What do you call it? Owl Boy or something. What was a really great little game. I maybe have some more, but a lot. Favorite film. Favoritfilm. I think I can see it in my collection, like a movie store, Wallplay. There's a lot of movies in that, but I think I have probably 900 DVDs. So I really like movies. And my favorite film is the one I watched most is like I have Gremlins 1. I haven't watched really much. I watch it once a year. Frances Ha, I talked about a lot at this channel. And I have watched Chuck Tatti's Playtime a lot of times. So some of those Jimmy Jarmusch all movies, all of his movies, I really like. I think Permanent Vacation is my favorite there. I have a lot of favorites. Yeah. On this last question, are you happy with the kind of work you have now, or do you have a dream job? Så in Swedish, är du nöjd med ditt yrke du har nu, eller har du något drömyrke? So I'm really happy with my work I have now. I think it's really, really great. So that's one thing. I'm really happy with that. But when I started to educate, like going to the university, I wanted to make movies. So these kind of movies I make here are really easy. Like, because if I should make them better, it would take so much time and I wouldn't do it. And so, but I think I know a lot about movie making, much more than you can see here, much more than you can see here. And I've made 2 very, very independent feature movies. I made one documentary, and I was in a competition and made a horror movie in 1 month, and we won. But that was really hard because making us, I think it was like 75 minutes long, and started from zero, wrote script. So movies I want to work with, but then I'm making these ones, and that's okay for me. Then I want to be a movie teacher, film teacher, but it just happened that I became a history and social science teacher, and some more. I've been a teacher in many things, like I've been a nurse teacher. That's crazy that I've been. But after film teacher thing, I waited. I didn't work as a teacher. I started to read philosophy of science, and I really like that. I have a lot of things to say about science, and social science mostly, because that's the way where I've studied the most. I have a degree in media and communication, a bachelor degree in that, media and communication science. So, but that's old now. But then I wanted to be like doing science work, or we call it, in philosophy of science. But I gave up that and started to teach instead, and I'm really happy. I think I get some other questions about my job, so I will tell a bit more there. It's already like 30 minutes, and I'm page 5 of 15. So if I would be wise, and so I would make many Q&A videos. But I think I will do this whole. Not all of you will keep on watching this long, but I think it's fun to make this. So, next question. Sorry if I don't pronounce this right. Rex, Lana, Immersion. ASMR. Please tell me in a comment below if it's totally wrong. It can probably be that. Soon my camera, I think it happened now, because it jumped. Like I said, soon it will be black for a while. It can be now, or it's like later, but that happened because my telephone, favorite trigger I have answered, but I have a lot. Number 2, how many languages can you speak? I want to be able to speak a lot of languages, but I can speak 2. The one I speak now, English. I'm okay, pretty good, I think, for a non-English person. And I can speak Swedish. So I can speak 2 languages, Swedish, svenska, and English, engelska. But I understand Swedish, English, Danish, Norwegian. Those I understand. Most of it. Not everything in Danish and Norwegian. But they are so close. So most things I understand. And Danish, I grew up with watching Danish TV when I was young. So I watched a lot of Danish TV. And that's because we only had 2 TV channels in Sweden when I grew up. Then we got 3 and 4. I only had 3. 1 Swedish television, 1 2 and TV4. Then we also had the Danish channels because we lived near Denmark. But I speak too Swedish and English. Since you teach history, is there a certain time period or place that you really attach to? So my main subject when I'm teaching is social science, but I teach a lot of history. I won't say that I'm an expert in history, but I will say that I like the modern time from can draw here to mix it up, from the 1400 all the way to 1800 and the whole 1800. This I really like because I think it happens a lot of things in science and things like that, and that's a subject I really like. And like the Enlightenment and things like that I really like. I think it's great. And the period between like the late 1700s and the 1800s, this period, like start with the American Revolution and French Revolution and the Napoleon and what happened in Europe at that part of time is really interesting to look at, to understand why 1900 was like it was and why it's like it is today. So this I really like because for me it explains a lot, and you can understand politics and things like that a lot better if you know about this part of history. So, but place, I teach a lot about Sweden and Europe, and I'm sorry, but I don't know much about the other history because I'm not like been reading that much history in my life. It was like I became a teacher because they really needed one. Okay. And here's number 4. Good question. Do you have advice for someone who wants to be a teacher? And the thing is, the kind of teacher I am, in Sweden we have something called folk high school. And it's a really great way for teaching. And it's an education for adults, but it's not high school, or I mean, it's not traditional high school, and it's not university, but we have classes that are in both of them, or college is maybe the high school. Yeah, we have high school, college, and university, only one, but it's not university really, but we have some that are kind of that, not university, but higher education also. And I teach adults in high school and college grades. So I can give you advice about that, but not if you want to be a teacher for children, because I haven't worked like that. Not much. I have done some substitute teaching. the most important thing I feel if you want to be a teacher is to not, and this is not saying if you want to be a teacher and this is the way why you want to be it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but for me it's important not to be like, I want to be a teacher because I'm great at that subject. I think then you can do something else. I think you should be a teacher if you really like people and really want to help and want to understand people. Because if you want to do that, you are totally at the right way, or thinking the right way. Because there are so many that come to school and study and don't make it. And sometimes that's because the teacher don't really like people. I'm sure that you do, but I've met teachers that only want to teach because they are good at the subject. So don't always think too much about the knowledge, because that comes anyway, but think about the relationship between you and the student. Like, how can I make this person believe in itself? I think that's the most important thing. I think some other questions about my job, so maybe I will talk a bit more about this. Okay, let's take next one. Really good questions, all of you. I maybe forget to thank you all, but Rick Lana. Okay. Same here. Narby, T 183, 183, Narby T 183, Narby T 183. If you were to travel the world, where would you go? And if you were granted one wish, what would that be? Great questions. Also really hard to answer. It's like with the animal. And all of those, I really want to do a lot, I think. And travel the world. I really want to travel to a lot of countries. I think it's good to see the world. I've mostly been in Europe myself. This summer I was in Belarus. Someone call it White Russia, but I say Belarus because that's what they say. And I was in Russia. It's really interesting to see countries like that. And Belarus is like a dictature. So it was interesting to see how the people have it. But I really, if I like the country I would most like to go, because it feels so different, is Japan. I like the culture, even if I don't think I would love to be in it too long. I think it's really interesting. And yeah, there's something interesting with that over politeness and things like that you see in movies and so. It's maybe not that in real life, but I really would like to go there. And if I were granted one wish, so this is the like maybe most boring answer, but world peace. I think I'm in not organized, but an organization that works on stopping Sweden from selling weapons and things like that. And I think it's really important that like world peace and that the pollution and things like that stop. Like, I want to save the world, because without saving the world, you can't listen to me here, and I can't listen to you. So that's my one wish. I mean, no, it's a bit boring answer, but hey, that's the truth. Okay, great. Oh, a lot of things. Erin. Tell me if I said a name pretty wrong or something like that. I can say a thing. Your name is not totally unlike mine. Real name. But I won't say it now. But I can say it's half of your name. So if someone can guess, it's no problem. Like, my name is the most common, one of the most common names in Sweden. Okay. What's your favorite season? So, remember that one question I didn't put in here, so I will answer this question here. And it was Mal Hulken that asked that, but in another video or something like that. So, I really like summer, but not the first part of summer. Do like this. Can draw a bit here. Like, if the Swedish summer is here, this part here in the beginning, I'm really allergic to the grass, green grass. So here I can't go outside, or I can, but it's not fun. So I like this part of summer, but not if it's too hot. Like Swedish summers. This summer was really, really hot, like 30 degrees Celsius. But Swedish summers are often not that hot. It's raining a lot, but it shouldn't be cold. But like, okay temperature. So I really like summer, and I really like spring when it's nearly summer, but the flowers are just starting to bloom. We call it like turning, like starting to grow, like before the grass is blooming. So I don't have the allergy. I really like spring. Then I really like so not spring, yes, spring, and I like fall. It's not my favorite part, but I really like when it's like raining a bit and you can sit home and have excuses to not do anything more than watching movies. So you can sit home like that. And then we come to winter. And winter where I live, it's not that much snow. But I have a big problem, and this is a bit crazy, because if you're living in Sweden, this is not good. You know, the opposite to ASMR, that feeling that you hate sounds. And Mal, here's the answer to that question. One sound I really hate, and I can't help it, is the sound of snow. Snow, when you walk on it and it's really cold outside. I can't stand it. So when I walk out at the winter, I have to have music in my ears, and you can see me like walking, and then I just jump over the snow and jump over the snow because I feel that's really, really difficult. But I really like the winter because you can have candles lit really early in Sweden. Like even here in Skåne, it's turning to night really early, and it's like dark when you go up in the morning, so you can have candles and things like that, and it's really cozy. So I have parts of every that I like. This is a bit easier to answer. The favorite genres of music or books. Then I really like a lot of kind of movies. Not war movies. War movies, like, I'm always so bored. And sometimes I have a problem with the costume, like historical movies. Sorry, I like some of them, but I have kind of problem with them. I think they are boring, but a great movie is a great movie. So. And books, it have turned out like when I look at the books I really like and often read, it's nearly always about the man in some middle life crisis that don't know what he will do with his life and are sad about that. And I've read this since I was like 15, so it's not something new for me. I just like that they can, if they're like dark humor and things like that, I really like it. I'm not that big a fantasy geek, like when it comes to books, movies, much more. I should read more books. I have really many books here, too many, but I don't have time to read that much. So, yeah. Do you have any books, Erin and everyone else? Do you have some books you can think I would like? Tell me in the comments below. Or tell me what your favorite movies are. Maybe you can tell me really, really great that I've never seen. So, favorite weather. I think with season, I told you some parts of it. And the only weather that I really don't like is when it's like rainy, but it's like heavy feeling, so you get a headache. That's part of the weather I don't like. But then I'm really liking a lot of weather. Like rain, if it's like, I can be really happy when it's raining. If it's like a warm summer day and there's like rain, you're walking outside and it can be like fun. So I like rain, but I like when it's not raining, it's like sunny outside. And then sometimes when it's like grey outside, you can sit down inside and watch movies and play games and so on. So I like a lot of weather. Favorite animal? I'm not talking now, thinking about the question before. So I didn't know it, but I really, really like cats. And I really like, because I was cat sitter this summer. They were so cute. I really liked them. We used to play like hide and seek and things like that, and it was really, really fun. So cats I really like. But the thing is, I love animals. All kind of animals. Like cute animals. I don't like spiders. I'm screaming like a child if I see a spider. But I really like if we watch, I have an Instagram account where I put more like art and things like that. And if you look at the suggestions in the search bar when you search, there's only like cute animals, because I really like to look at them. I can't help it. It's maybe because I'm like 30 years old and don't have children, so then animals become a substitute for that. I don't know. That sounds sad. I'm not sad about that at all, but I really like animals. I like dogs too. Cute dogs. I like chinchillas. I like hamsters and guinea pigs and small pigs and sloths, what we call it, those ones. Yeah, and llamas and penguins. And yeah, all kind of animals. Animals are great. Take care of your animals. Give them a hug for me if you have an animal. And a snack. Once I bought a little hamster. I was adult. And I call it Henson. From the creator of Muppets and Fraggle Rock, Jim Henson. And it was really fun. Yeah, I miss Henson. Okay, thank you, Erin. Next one. And I see, now let's say on my camera, 1 hour. 1 hour. And we are page 9 of 15. So this will be long, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Kieran, please tell me also if I said name wrong. Kieran, 1845. 1845. I don't know, but 1845. Did you know that was, I don't know if that's why you have that name, but that was the second, I think. I can't be wrong. 48 maybe. No, I can't be wrong, because I have a really bad memory when it comes to years. But I think that's the second French Revolution. Tell me in the comments below if I'm wrong. When I teach, I have a timeline that I always use, so I can always see if it's the correct. I like to talk about the second French Revolution. Napoleon the first was the first, took over first revolution. Napoleon the second, no, third. Napoleon III took over France after the second. And yeah, it's allowed to say. I will read your question instead. So Kieran, 1845. Do you remember the way you first got into ASMR? The first video you watched or were listened to first? So, yes, I do. So, this is, I think, pretty common to many. When I started it was, I guess. And it's soon 5 years ago, I think. So I think, so, do you remember the way you first got into ASMR? Yeah. So, the first video I watched that wasn't ASMR, but made me find ASMR was this barber video. You may have heard it because it's like, it's like a thing that made the binaural thing a thing. And there it's like the guy in my last ear exam roleplay. There's a knock in the beginning, and that's a tribute to that video, because it starts with a knock on the door. I think I don't remember. Yeah. I have to relax again. It's a bit hard to sit like an hour here, but I will do it. But in the beginning, yeah. So that was the first video I saw. Then I was like, is there any more videos like this? I searched Binaural, or what it was called there, 3D sound. Then I started to see this ASMR videos, and I thought it was the strangest, most crazy thing on the YouTube. I couldn't like understand it, but I listened to them, and I was like, whoa, what is this black magic? And then I don't know which was the first real ASMR, but I know that the first two I really like was This Is Good. This was the early version. Like, was Softly Luscious, I think her name. I'll probably say it wrong, but in my head, her name is Softly Luscious. I saw some of her videos, and they were really like, I was like, what is this? But I really liked it, and her way to positive affirmation and things like that was really great. So then I found Hehe Feather, and her videos was crazy good. So two of my earliest favorite video makers, ASMRtists, was those two. There are a lot of others, but those two was the ones I came back to most in the beginning. Then like, it was like now I'm watching a lot of different kinds, but those two was the first. Then like a day or two after I found ASMR, I want to make this. I have to make this. Just try. And I was like, I want to make binaural sounds, just to see how it's done. So I had a microphone, and I lived with a friend, and I borrowed his microphone because he had the same kind. And I started to make these videos. So my first video, I watched like maybe ASMR 1 or 2 days, and then I was like, let's start making videos. So that was the first time. It went really fast. It's also one of the things that made me stop making, because it was a news I had a like plan or something. And but if I look at my accounts statistics, see if I can paint again. If I look at it, like how it looks when I see how many people watch and watch the time and things like that, it's like this, and it's like this, and it's like this, something like that, and this, and now it's like this. But I wonder what would have happened if I keep on making videos there instead of like stopping, because it was like a real big peak. Those videos haven't super many watches, but for the first time like that, it was really high. Also, I got like, if I now say it right, Softly Luscious. She made a comment on one of my early videos and promote our page and things like that, and I was really proud. But then I stopped, and then I made some more. Maybe here was maybe a peak too. Made some more and just stopped. I made some more and stopped because it wasn't that many comment. Like there was some. I didn't see that because I saw that one. I was like, maybe it's not that good because it doesn't show that much. And yeah, but now people are commenting much more, and like we have a communication. Like it's really fun. I like that part. So that's really, really fun, and makes me want to make more. Because I'm not making them only for me. I'm making them for you. And that's important for me. So yeah. That's how I started with it. Some history. Would you ever want a superpower? And so, if so, what would it be? Okay. This one I think I can be a bit better telling. If I could have a superpower, I think it would be to stop the time. Because that seems really, really good to have. I would like to stop the time because do you know how many ASMR videos I could make? I just and then made a video and then I could publish it and then I stopped again and I could do my work really good because I love to study and read, so I could do a lot of things like that. And still be social and so on. And also I think I wouldn't be that good, so I think I would sneak into concerts and things like that. Sorry, but hey, if you can stop time, why not? And with time stopping you could save the world without getting hurt or seen. Whereas you can stop time and go around and fix things. Or maybe make it worse. But you understand. So time stop. Which one would you like most? Both Kieran and everybody else. Tell me in the comments below if you have some superpowers that you think would be really, really great. Favorite sweets, chocolates, or foreign chocolates or foreign ones. So I really like those you saw the candy video, like licorice, salty licorice. I really like, and so foreign ones. I don't know. Sorry. It's a bit late here in Sweden. I like a lot of chocolate, but I like white chocolate really much. But also like milk. But it's Marabou, the Swedish one. I think it's the best. But I haven't tried that much foreign ones. I tried some Arabic candy. But I like it, but it's too sweet for me. It's weird, and I think American candy often too sweet. I like it with a bit savory, I would call it. And there's a dessert in Sweden that we eat. Should eat once a year, called pastlasbullar or semlor. And this one is made of sweet bread. This will look like a hamburger, but it's not. Sweet, spicy bread, you can say. And then it's whipped cream, like this. And then over top is like the sweet, spicy bread too. It's not hot spicy. It's more like gingerbread, but it's not same spices. But you understand what I mean when I say that. And here in the middle is a part of what do you call it? Almond paste. What do you call it? Marzipan or something like that. And it's like sugar, but that kind of sugar that are ground down to white powder over it. This will look more like a hamburger. But if you search at Swedish Swedish semla, you will see it. This I really like, but I only eat it once a year, and I'm allergic to wheat, like bread. So when I've eaten it, my stomach hurts really much. But it's too good, so I take the pain. I take this one, just because it's fun. So that's sweets I like. Is there any foreign ones, non-Swedish, that you think I would like? Please tell me in the comments below, and I will maybe make a video on it. All of you are asking so great questions, all of you. I'm really happy to do this. I don't know if all of you really have the like watching all the video. I don't think so, but some of you maybe are. Raed Almoteri. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I asked, how did you get into ASMR videos? And I've already answered this question, but it's a great question. So, you know. And see if there's more to tell about it. I don't think so. Like, when I started, it was really like, no, I didn't know anyone that understand it. So everybody thought it was really, really weird and a bit creepy. But I have one friend, she really liked it, and we started to talk about it in some way. And she was like, I like that too. And then, so we two have talked a lot about it. And we still talk about ASMR. She had ASMR as a great help when she was pregnant and having a baby and so on. So yeah, she doesn't watch my videos. I think I understand. She have watched some of them. If you're watching this one, hello, my friend. But I think it's a bit creepy to have a friend sitting like this. I would think that it would be a bit creepy. So yeah. Karen, and same with names. Karen Shao. Do you remember your dreams? If so, what's the best, weirdest dream you had? I remember my dreams sometimes, but I often forget them after a day or two. I had, last time I dreamt was this night and the night before, but both of them was kind of nightmares. And let's not talk about things like that, but nightmares. I think it's fun to have nightmares, but they are too scary. I dreamt like it was war and things like that, and it's not that fun. Weirdest. I don't know really. I have had really weird dreams, when you open a door and then you are somewhere else and you don't think about it then, but when I wake up you're like, what happened in that dream? How couldn't I understand that? That was totally crazy. I have a lot of things like that. I've heard about a friend to my family, like on my mother and dad, like dear friend. He told that he had the same dream a lot of nights, and in that dream, this is crazy, because he's like 60 years old now, and he's married a long time, like since he was 20 or something, with the same wife, and have family and also. But he dreams about that he have another family in his dream and living another life in that family, and that dreams are common like often. So I don't think his wife thought it was that fun, but he have two families, one in real life and one in his dreams. But that's not my weirdest. I really don't know. If I come to think of one, I will go back and answer that. Great question, I say. Really great question. But it's hard. I should have read it better before and thought about it maybe. But I don't want to think about it too much, because then it's not that spontaneous. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce this right. I know what your name means because I looked it up before. And tell me if I'm wrong, but it's a book by Sartre. Oh, yeah. In Swedish, it's äcklet. But la nuise. No, I can't say it. Sorry if I can't pronounce this name at all. Wow, you already have many questions, so I ask just a few. Do you prefer watch or make ASMR videos? I really prefer to make them, but I really prefer to watch them. But I don't watch that many videos all the time. I have some I watch when I go to sleep. But sometimes when I get losing my tingles, I don't watch them at all a while. So if I have to choose, if someone would say you can't ever listen to ASMR videos again, if you want to make them, and the other way, I would choose to make, because I think it's really fun, and I think it's great that I can make videos that help people sleep. And your sleep is much more important to me than my own. You've maybe seen that before, because I can sit up like now, but it's clock 3 in the morning or night, and I probably will edit this before I go to sleep, and when I edit, I watch the whole video. I do like this on my fingers, like snapping them, but I still think I have to watch the whole video when I'm editing it, so I don't miss any high sounds or noises and things like that. Even can see it at the soundtrack, like sound waves. So it takes a long time to edit, and it's crazy that I make that many videos. How long time it takes to make them? I don't know where I got the time. I maybe have the time stop. But yeah, I prefer to make them. Things that make you feel happy. Great question. I get really happy when I can make other people happy. That's one thing. Like when I know that you are happy with my videos, I feel happiness. I feel happiness when I'm meeting some friends. Maybe I haven't met in a long time. I feel happiness when I'm watching small cute animals. I feel happiness when I'm great at my work and maybe notice that I've made a student that had doubts in itself suddenly start to believe in itself. Then I feel happiness. A lot of things make me happy. You make me happy. And sometimes your comments make me happy because they can be really fun. The type of person do you like to be with? Friend and romantically? This is a hard question too. A lot of my friends are a little strange, but not super strange. Like, I think a lot of my friends are like kind of autistic, not really autistic. A lot of them are artistic. I think it's really important that you care about. You don't have to be political, but that you care about politics or the society and things like that. Culture, like you don't say. I'm saying I'm like everything, but that you don't say, oh, I just listen to music. I don't care about what band's name are. You have to be a bit like that. That you know things like that. I don't see that big difference between friendship and romantically. I won't go on and talk about what I think about like the parents and things like that, because I know that it changes a lot. I can fall in love with someone that I didn't think I should fall. I didn't think I would fall in love with, because of that person like are doing something, like saying interesting things, or like all people, I have a kind of person I like how it should look. But it's hard to like. I don't want to describe her appearance like how it should be, because that can change. I don't care about ethnicity and things like that, because it's such more things that are important. But people that I like, both friends romantically, should be really like, what do you call it? That they can take care of themselves. They should want to be with me, but don't need to be with me. Like, you understand? It should be fun, but not. And I'm crazy boring, more monogamically, like when I'm in a relationship. But I'm not jealous at all, if you understand. It's hard to describe. Yeah. Vague answer here. But the person should like to read books and movies and so on. If a person like only Fast and Furious movie, then I won't like them. Sorry. Like, maybe I will. I don't know. But yeah. A lot of you have great questions. Also a great question. But I haven't thought too much about it. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. La Nusi. I can't say it. I should put it in Google Translate and push that button that say the name. Yeah, thank you. And now here's, I think it's 3 or 2 from, it's 3 from Twitter, because I asked the question there too. What is your favorite trigger that I've talked about? What do you like most about living in Sweden? Miss Whisper Miss Whisper, I think, ASMR. Miss Wisp, ASMR. I like Sweden because of its social security. Like, if you get sick in Sweden, it's not free, but near free. We have all schools, even private schools, are free to go when it's like not adult schools, but for children. I really like that. So we have problem with equality, like it's not perfect, but that we have come a long way in that part. We are working really good with gender equality. We are like really high, I guess. I will remember we are high in those things. It's not good enough. We are, I think those things are really nice, and so on. So those kind of things make me happy about Sweden. Then I like the climate. I think it's really great that we have 4 seasons, and they are really, really, like, you can really see this is winter, this is spring, this is summer, this is fall. And I think the nature is really nice. And we have this law that say, called Allemansrätten, that say that everybody can walk anywhere they want. There are some restrictions, but nearly you can walk into any wood you want, even if it's owned by someone, because the woods are owned by people, but they can't say you can't walk here. So we have a lot of freedom to walk and go around. So we can, like, I think that's really good. There's a lot of things I like about Sweden. Yeah, great question. Thank you so much. Pillz ASMR. What's been your favorite video to record? And this is really hard too. Latest ones, I think those, like, Yahtzee video, the Yahtzee video, I thought was really fun, because I had really fun recording it. I like videos that I make myself laughing. I think that's really fun, and I guess that some people think it's really fun to watch. Space Days I really like to, but I didn't record that one. But so sorry. Space Days I really liked, but that's a bit difficult video to make because it takes such a long time. And but I thought that was fun. My early videos I really liked to make all of them, like my really early videos, because then it was something new. I can't say which one is my favorite. Like a lot of the questions, I have a lot of answers. Like a lot is fun. But great question this too. Chill Pillz ASMR, because it's hard. To all ASMRtists that's watching this, if you have taken you through this 1.5 hour of video, what is your favorite? Tell me. Link it. Put it in the comment, your link to it, so I can watch it and my followers can watch it too. Just because it's fun. So all ASMRtists, link your favorite video that you made. Great. Angel Voice ASMR. What made you start the channel? Maybe I did it wrong there. Yeah, but channel. I have answered that. Do you personally use ASMR to relax? And the answer is yes. Yes, I do. I really like ASMR when it comes to relaxing. It makes me really relaxed, and it's a really nice way to come down from a work day and to fall asleep. But I don't use it that much. Oh, sorry. It's really late. I don't use it that much that I want to use it. But I like to watch ASMR Swedish to relax. So, when I'm done with this and edit it, I will watch a lot of ASMR. Thanks so much to every one of you. I still don't know what kind of animal I am. Tell me in the comments below. You have to decide. Decide for me. What animal do you think I am? Spirit animal, or the spirit animal I have? Maybe it was. So tell me that. Okay. Now. Sorry. Now, I will try to edit this. Probably I will fall asleep when I do it. I often do that. And if I do that, maybe the video will come out tomorrow instead. For now, this night. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. You're great. You're the best. I'm really happy to make this video for you. Take care. Thank you for all the great questions. Sleep well. Have a great day. Have a great night. You're the best. I really, really like you. Okay. Good night. Goodbye. Take care. And it will be much more easier to do with this now, with this setup, because I can move my hands around much better. See? So, just wait for new videos soon.